What is up, YouTube? It is the Ville Outdoors here. Today is April 8th of 2024. Today we're going to be attempting to do some trout fishing this morning. It is just a little bit past 7 a.m. right now, so the sun hasn't fully rised up yet, but we're here at the creek bright and early. No one else is here yet. The water is still up a little bit from all that rainfall we got last weekend. Well, last week. Not just last weekend, but it still looks to be in a relatively fishable level where I might be able to try and get some fish on the board still. I'm going to be starting off drifting these gold trout magnet through some of the runs and riffles here, but we may switch up to a spinner or something that handles the current a little bit better. This trout magnet may get worked a little too fast in this extra current we got going on. We got the Ugly Stik Elite 6-foot medium light rod, the Shimano Sedona 2500 HD reel, and on here we got 4-pound Leland S.O.S trout line, and that is going to be what we're getting started with today. So hopefully we're able to find some fish amongst this current, although things could be somewhat challenging with that. But we'll get our cast in and see if we can come up with anything. It's probably a decent amount of snags that were brought in with all that rain. That is probably a fish. Let me tighten that drag down a little bit. Probably had that a little too loose. There's fish. Fish on. Come on. Get up here. Is it brook trout? Nah, I think it's a rainbow. Take a brown. Take a brown trout. Alright, first fish of the day. We got ourselves a little brown trout there. Let's go ahead and take a shot of this guy, and then we're going to let him go. Alright, we just wet our hands to handle our beautiful little brown trout there. Our first stock brown trout of the year. We're going to go ahead and release him back into the current here. And that one came on the gold trout magnet, as I stated in the beginning of the video. I was just looking for the slowest moving part of this run here. I just cast it out far enough to get a decent drift on the trout magnet, and up came Mr. Brown Trout. So we're going to try and fish that pocket again, because it's probably all loaded in there. There's fish. Back-to-back casts. Nice. See another brownie. Alright, we'll take that. Into the net it goes. Put some slack in the line. And there's brown trout numero dos. So decent action once we got it figured out here. Alright, let's get a hand on brown trout number 2 here. Alright, there he goes. Brown trout number 2. He's going to go back in the water here. He's good to go. Alright, can we go 3 for 3? We just went 2 for 2 in that hole. Let's go 3 for 3. There's a fish. That feels like a decent one. Or it's just the current pulling me. Let's keep that line tight. Not a bad one there. Let's see if we can get him into the net. There we go. A little bit of a boat flip, but there he is. Our third brown trout of the day. Let's line out. There he is. Pretty little guy. All right, our brown trout is released and he is ready to go back in the water. He's swimming around. He is anxious to get back there. All three on the gold trout magnet thus far. We're not keeping any of this fish. It's just catch and release over here. There's another one. There's another one. Come on, buddy. Up here. Another brownie. That's what it looks like. In the net we go. Another decent one there. Good stuff. Brown trout number 4 or 5. I think that's just 4. Going back in the water. Pretty slimy guy. Get back in the strike zone there. I get one on this cast. The answer is yes. That one's putting up a good fight. He's staying at the top of the surface. Oh, he's not happy. He's not happy. Isn't it? Oh, hook just popped out. Hook just popped out as we got him in the net. That one's a chunky one. He's got a good body to him. Nice. All right, this is definitely brown trout number 5 here, so he is going to go back in the water. And he is good to go. My hand is completely soaked now, but that's all right. It's important to take care of these fish, even though someone's probably going to come along and take them home for dinner anyway. I like to make sure that if I'm releasing the fish, they go back happy and healthy. And to do that, we want to wet our hands to make sure that slime coating stays on the fish. That way they don't get scratched up by all sorts of rocks and whatever junk is down there. Here's another one. It's just too easy. I'm battling the current here. All brown trout so far. No brooks and no rainbow trout. That is a skinny guy there. Go ahead and let some line out so we can handle him better. Pop the hook right out for us, so that's nice. There we go. Just a skinny little guy. He's been on diet, but that's okay. And there he goes. I didn't get a chance to fish on opening day of trout fishing, and even if I did have a chance, I probably wouldn't go. I'm not a huge fan of the crowds that opening day of trout fishing brings and the whole rodeo that gets going on. And since I don't really keep fish, there's not much point for opening day for me anyway. It was cool the first couple of years I went, but after that it was too much people for me to really enjoy my time, so I retired from opening day for now. Maybe I'll go back at some point when I'm a little older. But right now, I have enough time on my hands where I can catch them just as easily in the days after opening day. Alright guys, I just broke off my trout magnet, so I switched it up to a Panther Martin spinner, size 2. This one's got a little bit of orange and black feathering on the base of it. And this is actually the spinner I found towards the end of the video when I was at the one delayed harvest section. I filmed that video almost, a little over a month ago at this point. So this is the first time I'm using this spinner since I found it. So we're gonna see if it catches any fish. Probably gonna move back to the current riffles that produce the first 5 though, because this stuff up here has been pretty slow thus far. There you go, guys. We got a fish on the spinner here. Another brown trout, it looks like. There we go. Fell for the old Panther Martin. And he spit the hook, which is excellent. Let's get this fish handled here without hooking myself or re-hooking the fish. There's the brown trout that fell for the spinner. He's got a little bit of stick stuck to him, but there he is. Pretty little guy. Back in the water he's gonna go. Off to swim another day. Now to get the spinner unstuck from the net here. There we go. Size 2 Panther Martin spinner. No bites on the spinner so far out of this pocket. Maybe we caught them all in the trout magnet. Just trying to slow down my retrieve a little bit because this current's already going to be moving that lure. I don't want it to be moving faster than I want it to be. I want to balance that pace. There's one. And he came off. Fish on, guys. Fish on. It's even a trout. Oh, it is a trout. Didn't look like one at first. There we go. 7th trout of the day. Smoked the spinner. Let's go ahead and get a hand on this guy. There we go. Easy unhooking, little small guy, but he's gonna go back in the water just the same. Hook this out of the net. Guy came right off the bank over there. Don't usually get trout in this hole. Sometimes they get washed back in here. So I figured I would give it a cast or two. That's a little too far, but it got down nice. There's one. I knew there was going to be one under that tree. It's not a bad one here. You can get him in the net. Current's making it difficult. Come on, buddy. Got the boat flipping a little bit, I guess. There we go. Oh, a little bit of a workout, but that is brown trout number 7. Well, at least have been brown trout. I don't know if they stocked any other species in this stretch. Nope, no he's not. There he is. That's a decent one there. We'll go ahead and let him go. Alright, since we caught one under the tree, we'll give this another cast and try and get it to the relatively same spot. That's good. There's a fish. Fighting the current here. Oh, he came off. I knew that was going to be a tough fight there. Good cast there. There's a fish. Keeping the pressure on this one all the way. He's a sporadic little guy. And then he goes. That is number 8, I think. Alright. This one's got a little bit different markings on it. That's kind of cool. Alright, brown trout is unhooked here. He's ready to go back in the water. He's good to go. Another fish from beneath the tree on the size 2 Panther Martin spinner. All right, we are back in business with the trout magnet. This time I got a silver jig head and a black and blue trout magnet. We're gonna see what that can do for us. Got a little bit of hiccups going on right now. Interesting. All right, cast it out there and just do the same old drift and jig that we were doing earlier. And there should be another fish or two more that we missed earlier that will be willing to bite this, just like that one there. And a brownie, I assume. That is in fact what it is. That is numero 9 as far as I'm aware. Could have miscounted by this point, but who knows. Another skinny one. He is sliming all over the place. Doesn't help that I have wet hands, but it's important for fish that I have wet hands, so there he is. And he's gonna go back in the water. Alright, so first cast with the black and blue trout magnet. We got first trout with it. Oh, that line was getting tight there. There was just a boil behind the trout magnet, so something was on its tail. There's a fish. There we go. That is a good size one there. We'll take that for sure. Hook popped right out. A lot of these fish self-releasing in the net, which is great. Saves me the trouble of having to unhook them. There we go. Nice, beautiful brown trout, and he is going to take the liberty of taking the high dive instead of a nice gentle release. To each their own. There we go. That's a not bad one either. See if we can pull them on into the net. There we go. Might be one of the better ones of the day, honestly. We'll take a picture of that guy. That's a good one. Alright guys, our brown trout is unhooked here. He's going to go back in the water. Off to swim another day. Whew. That is our 10th fish of the day as far as I'm aware. Hopefully we'll be able to even exceed double digits. Got a fish on here guys. The current is making it difficult to reel them in, but we got him here at the base of our feet. Another pretty decent sized one here. And in the net he goes. Numero 11 of the day. Let's go ahead and wet our hands so we can handle this guy. Engulfed the trout magnet, but we should be able to unhook them fairly easily here. There we go. Hook is out. Brown trout going back in the water, and we are good to go. Our trout magnet is all beat up there, but we're still rocking with it. Well guys, just as I thought there was going to be no fish in this hole, we got a fish in this hole. Get in the net. There we go. So that should be number 12 on the day. And my theory was correct that if there was going to be a fish here, it's at the bottom of the hole where the water is moving slowest. I'm on the pink trout magnet, right at the bottom of the mouth. There he is. Get some more sun on him. He's good to go. We got ourselves a dozen. And what time we got? It is 8:36, 8:37. So in roughly an hour and a half, we got 12 fish. Not terrible. Definitely take that. All right. Sorry guys, I was interrupted by a gentleman while I was finishing my outro. He was just asking me how I was doing. Nice guy, so not mad about that. Yeah, we caught 12 fish downstream at our first spot, and we did not catch anything here. There was a few guys fishing down by the bridge with some bait that caught a few smaller fish, but I did not get anything on the trout magnet. I was drifting or casting upstream and then drifting down into the deeper pockets and didn't get anything to bite there. But we did our damage earlier in the morning, so can't be upset about that. Good day overall. I'm gonna go home and rest up a little bit and get ready for our night send down to the lower Susquehanna drainage, and if we're lucky, hopefully we can come up with some new species or at least some cool fish that we don't usually catch. So if I get a chance to successfully catch some fish and film a video down there, make sure you turn into that as well, as we do some species hunting. Today we did the damage on the stock trout stream, and we're going to try to do that again on Thursday before the rain comes, but we'll see how that goes. So once again, thank you guys for tuning in to today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the content, and if you did, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are closing in on 1,000 subscribers, so hopefully we'll hit that pretty soon. That'll be pretty awesome. Thank you guys for all the support in the past years or so that I've been on YouTube and trying to increase the level of content that I put out there, make some enjoyable videos for you guys. So that'll do it for today, and I will see you guys on the next episode of the Ville Outdoors.